What if one person is infected? You're all in that building together. It's a large
I
gathering.
am absolutely not concerned.
The blood of Jesus cures every disease. Psalms 91, read it.
Miss, you could get somebody else sick if you get sick inside.
Well,
here.
what if you got it? You could get me sick.
What if you get others sick, though, who don't go to this church?
There's not one person sick.
How do you know?
Because I know I'm the pastor.
But how do you know?
Because I would hear about it if somebody was sick.
Well, you could be asymptomatic. So.
You better not print no fake news about me, or you'll hear from me.
I'm here in an empty church. It's a beautiful church, and I really like recording in churches because I like the acoustics, I like the visuals, I love the lighting effects you get in the middle of the day. But none of those are the reasons why I'm here. I'm here because it's empty. I came across a story the other day online of a pastor who, because of his faith in God, believed that he could continue to run services. It was one of these big American mega churches with thousands in the congregation and then tens of thousands more watching in satellite areas with a live stream. Tens of thousands of people were coming together to worship in absolute denial of the rules around COVID and COVID-19 deaths. That pastor, along with many of his congregation, is now dead.
I told my children, don't be afraid. Don't be neurotic. Yes, it's out there. But God is out there too. Non-essential. We have been discounted and dismissed, but we make a difference.
This guy believed that because he had faith in God and because he did not believe that God would allow anything to be visited upon the earth that could in any way impede the worship of God, then there was no reason to ignore the rules around social distancing, masks, around hand sanitization, any of these things when you were coming to worship. And he encouraged his congregation to continue to worship in the normal way as well, including packing them into massive buildings where they're all not socially distanced, parts of the service hugging each other, shaking hands, kissing, the sorts of things that evangelical Pentecostal Christians do in the Bible Belt. His faith, whilst I'm not going to greatly attack faith, faith is not evidence. It claims to be evidence. Basically what we hear in Hebrews 11:1 is that faith is the evidence of things hoped for. Well, if you hope for something, that's not evidence. That's all in your head. The other part of that definition is the substance of things unseen. Same thing, if it's unseen, you don't know whether it has substance or not. Put the two together, faith is the substance of things unseen, the evidence of things hoped for. That's not evidence, it's wishful thinking. Now, I'm not particularly knocking anyone's faith here. If you have faith, that's great. I'm not going to slag you up for that. But what I am going to do is ask you to contrast that faith with evidence. Because there is evidence that COVID-19 kills. And it kills irrespective of belief, irrespective of faith. Please, don't put yourself at risk because you think that faith somehow will make all the difference. It didn't with this pastor and his congregation, and I'm sure many others across the world. We have evidence of what works. Social distance, hand washing, keeping out of enclosed spaces, built-up areas, and wearing masks. Please don't flaunt it because you think that your God will protect you. The evidence is that that's not what your God's about right now. I don't know why. Some would argue it's because he's not there. That would be my argument, but others could argue that it's not part of God's plan or whatever. However you describe this, as far as I'm concerned, is up to you. But don't put yourselves at risk. And furthermore, don't put me at risk either.